So today we'll be talking about the game KIC2025 between HBSE and Blacklist Esports, where the scoreline is 4-3 on the knockout stage, which HBSE edging over the win with an ultimate battle. But today we'll be talking about the game 3 specifically. How did Blacklist Esports lost the advantage? And how did HBSE lost the fake comeback with their advantage? Did Blacklist Esports get stronger or did HBSE just had a bad day? Without further ado, let's hop right into it. So we'll start off with the ban pick, where HBSE decide to ban Ali and Athena, which are both meta picks, meta bans, while the Blacklist decide to ban Pei and also Dahlia. Dahlia in particular is not meta, but more of to avoid hero combos, such as Dahlia Alin, Dahlia Yuhuan, or Dahlia Dune, and etc. Dahlia is a very versatile pick, which Blacklist does not feel comfortable letting HBSE select. So, HBSE first pick Luna. This Luna is a no-brainer pick because Luna is meta jungle assassin, while Blacklist followed with Dama and Mai Shiranui. These two in particular can give enough crowd control abilities to stun Luna to make Luna not that comfortable to fly around. While HBSE follow up with Direnje and Lapu Lapu. These two combo is very strong because the hero stats and passive allows them to have go with a tanky build. So Direnje and Lapu Lapu can ensure that my Shiranui and Dama cannot instantly insta-kill them. Blacklist decide to go with Zhang Fei on the third pick. Zhang Fei is overall to strengthen the lineup and could never go wrong. Zhang Fei can initiate, can protect, it's very versatile. So HBSE ban Jungle Core, those who can fight Luna, and Blacklist ban Clash Lane to ensure Dharma is comfortable. Wow, okay, this Milady pick is actually very interesting. It's to counter Mako and Mike. Why? Okay, Mako's passive, you need to stack the passive for true damage. While Mike here, the second skill once hits an enemy or a target, will give additional damage to skill 3 and skill 1. Okay, as you can see here, we are moving on to First Blood and how did it happen? Okay, if you see here 1 minute 45 seconds, that is the normal wave clearing. Nothing special about that, but you need to see what happens after that. If you zoom out the map, you can see that after they clear out the wave, my Shiranui went towards bottom. This is very, very important to understand because he is giving the enemy vision that he is going downwards to help out the teammates here. But if we continue on with the video, we can see that it gives fake vision and then actually made a U-turn to the top lane. You see, he went from here all the way here. In HBSC's mind, my Shiranui is bottom. And if we continue on with the video, you can see that Biron is completely unaware of this situation. And Dama is baiting Biron to clear the 1 minion on there to last hit the minion. And what happened afterwards is the engagement. And this is how they got their first blood. Let's move on to 3 minutes 40 seconds. We can see mid minion wave. There is an issue of which both Clash Lane and both sides are not clearing the mid minion wave. If we zoom out, you can see that they are just freezing the minion wave because they have no reason to push this. For some reason, both sides decides they do not want to touch this minion wave, and because of that, Milady can securely and safely go on top lane to trade the top tower. While in return, if Blacklist see two players on top, they would trade for the Tyrant. And we can see after we follow up on this situation, Chami saw Zhong and know that he have to give up the tower. If he were to try to defend the tower, he's gonna die because there's 3 players. And because just now both sides decide to freeze the minion wave in mid, they can get away with nothing. HBSE. And of course, they trade top towers for the Tyrant. And if we move on or continue on, HBSE still get an Overlord. Although we consider this as a rubbish dragon in the pro scene, but still they get something back in return. And we can move on to the 5th minute. HBSE has 3 lane priority and wants to push the farm lane tower. this is the first mistake that not mistake. One way that is not practical in pro scene, because usually after the 4th minute, pro teams will adapt to a half map gameplay instead of a full map gameplay. Why is that? It's because if you have half map, you can see something like this. There's will be a 4-player and 1 player on top, which is Lamb, that's getting ready to teleport in the bottom. Usually this is how pro play after 4 minutes does. We play half map. And if you see in the next few minutes, this is what happens. They are using Miladies. Miladies are pushing tower advantage to do that, and this results in tower death, because this is the downside of playing 3-map wave. If we look again at the replay, usually when there is half map, when they decide to push tower, usually it is going to be 3 or 4 men here getting ready for a team fight. But because of Blacklist playing half map and HBSE decide to go with full map, they have head count disadvantage, which result in, of course, them getting engaged, and yeah, the death of both their support and DRNJ. Let's move on to 5 minutes 30 seconds, where because of what happened in previous 5-minute mark, Blacklist Esports decided to push both 3 lanes medium wave, and because they put Love on the top wave, Chemi here decide for a smart move, which is to hide in between the first tower and second tower, the bush here, to catch the ranger off guard, and it did work perfectly for Blacklist Esports. As we can see the follow-up, what will happen is Lapu Lapu goes up to mid lane and leave the ranger alone. The ranger did not expect Chemi to be on that position, which results in the death of the ranger. After the death of the ranger, if you pause the video here, you can see that my Shiranui has info on Luna on top lane. Why is this info important? Because in top lane, if there is Luna, there will be a 3-lane push instead of the usual half map push. So Blacklist, knowing this info, are guessing that Luna is most likely going to clear the top minion. And what happened afterwards is they will stack mid to try to push the mid tower. Because currently there are 4 players and they expected Luna to be clearing top. And because Luna showed that he is clearing top, Blacklist Esports decide to push mid. And you can see here, Luna TP too late. If you look at the map, you can see that there are only 2 players ready for the team fight. And if you look at the map currently, there are 5 players. It's a 5v2 in mid lane, while Biron is still on the bottom lane and Luna has not TP yet. And that resulted in HBSE losing 2 players in mid lane because of that decision. So let's take a look at the 8-minute mark for both HBSE and Blacklist Esports. So if we look currently, Zhang is trying to open up vision for the team, and because of that, HBSE decide to try to bait out Zhang ultimate. And Zhang did turn on his ultimate, and that result in a snowball effect of Blacklist Esports losing their red buff. If we follow up, Blacklist Esports have to give up their red buff because of Zhang used Ulti, and thus snowball effect, red buff gone. But there is something wrong with HBSE right now. Their goal is very unclear. Are they going for Overlord? Or they are going to push mid tower? Or they are going to push top? If you fast forward a few more seconds, HBSE decide to push top lane instead of mid lane. As you can see previously, the mid tower is still up, and they decide to push the top tower. If the mid tower is still up, why go for the top tower? And this has their own consequences. If you look at the current map standing of the players, you can see that Luna is way on top, meaning that there is no one checking flank. which you can see here, Lam is flanking. Usually, the perfect way for this team fight is to put Luna on the back lines, either here, the big bush, or the bush behind the red buff. Luna should have been in this both position. And if we fast forward and see what did Luna do, Luna have decided to went for the blue buff instead. And because of this, no one is checking the mid bush here. Resulted in Lam pushing top lane and flanking Tiranjie and Milady.
As well, they find Dragon in a bad spot. They get that pick. HBSE J with this Lapu do some serious work. And now the back line, they need to be a bit careful. But Joshi gets the pick onto BB, finding him out. That's a double in the sense of Jay going down, but Guyu is here. Okay. The unbridled offers, keeping him alive. Musan King is now shown up. The rest of Blacklist International don't want any piece of that. Chammy 1 is somehow shielded. Wow. He's going to be on back. Golden Kite now gets storm struck into the face. And now Guyu doing some work. Golden Kite with a roaming gun. He's going to be back on out. Joshi's there. He gets the death blow from below, but he's going to continue to fight under the tower. He gets picked off as well. And now with Chammy 1 re-showing up, finding Musan King, getting the double.
Now, let's move on to the 11-minute mark where HBSE has decided to go with something unusual, which after they push their mid tower, they have decided to go with a 3-lane push. Usually, in a normal situation, it would only be a half map push, but HBSE somehow decided to go with a 3-lane push, and because of their overconfidence. And we see what happens afterwards is their support Zhang had decided to go up and help. Biron. If Biron and Dama is fighting, there would be no winners at all. It's just gonna be health exchanging health. There will be zero reason of a death on top lane. And because of the decision of Lapu going up, they left 2 of their carries without protection. And as we know, Tiranjie and Milady both don't have any movement abilities, which result in 3 of the players that are supposed to be protecting the carries on the side lanes, while 2 of the key carries are in middle with no protection, and results in the death of Tiranjie, Luna, and Zhang afterwards, as well, as you can see here. Let's move on to the 14th minute mark, where HBSE knows that their blue buff is spawning. HBSE did here and is which Lapu did not take account to this single bush, resulted in HBSE thinking that they are safe. And what happened afterward is Tiranjie walking straight towards Dama, but Tiranjie escaped death. I can see here on the side lanes that Dragon has used all his skill on Zhang, and Zhang still did not die. HBSE, knowing this info, have decided to go for the Tyrant because they know that Blacklist bots have no more abilities. Blacklist has decided to give out on the Tyrant. You can see as the position of Lam has been clearing top wave, so this Tyrant is safe for HBSE to take. Let's move on to the 17th minute mark. We can take a look at the map first. Luna has decided to go, after clearing this jungle monster, to go clear the bottom wave. Well, we did mention that Luna is one of the only heroes that can allow a team to play a full map instead of a half map because of the flexibility of Luna. But HBSE did not take account to the consequences of not giving vision to Luna. If we take a look at the map again, the standing position of all of the HBSE players are all the way back here, all the 4 players. The ideal position for Luna to push the minion towers is for Lapu to stand on the bushes here and Biron to be standing here. So if in case of the enemy ganking, as you can see from here, 3 players ganking Luna, they have enough time to respond and help Luna. But instead, if we continue the video, HBSE has decided to go for the red buff instead of helping Musan King, which results in Chammy initiating Luna with Lam together, and Musan King wasted his ultimate and died. This resulted in the death and loss of HBSE. If they only have at least one player standing on one of these bushes, Luna would have not died. But instead, all of their players decided that this red buff is more important than saving their Luna.
With the minion wave, it's going to be a little tougher this one to crack into here.
Really
but now they turn this on to they find Chaz. The umbrella uppers used at the last second. He gets on back. The Stampede, he's being chased around. But Musan King gets the pick on a Chaz. And now Kuyu, he's going to be there. But the base is going to be taken out. And Josh J with the backdoor